Hello, friends. This is Coldrun back with Dragon Age Inquisition, and we are here in the Frostback Basin in the Jaws of Hakkon DLC. And there's a couple of things I want to try first before we do other stuff. First is I want to check out the thing about that exile. Sigrid Gulsdottin exiled herself from Stonebear Hold. She refuses to explain why, and so I want to find out why. Second is I want to find out about the Nox Morta that H.P. Lovecraft was talking about. I have no idea whether it's going to be a hoax. My guess is hoax, or something that they just misunderstood, but maybe it'll be some horrifying beast. Yeah, let's start. So the first person I want to check with here is that the augur, because it seemed like her home looked very similar to his home.
Be welcome.
I met a mage in the woods who said she used to be an augur's apprentice.
Oh, and that.
Sigrid Gulsdottin. She left the hold when I told her she must release her teacher.
Aren't you her teacher?
She might have heeded me if I were. Oh, perhaps not.
Release her teacher.
It's time the spirit in her was free.
She's an abomination?
Every mage in the hold is made one with the gods until they're strong enough.
Oh.
I thought Sigrid strong enough. Exile was her own motion.
I'd like to ask something.
Then ask.
Oh, damn it. That took me out of the
Should
path.
be off.
Alright, why did Sigrid exile herself?
Why did Sigrid go into exile?
Sigrid built an altar by the shore for her rite of thanksgiving, a ritual to part her from her teacher. Sigrid claims her offering was spurned by the gods. The spirit remains with her, and she's taken to exile.
Huh. What was that, those spirits?
Did you just introduce me to spirits?
The gods of the hold clamored to see you. I obeyed, for I'm their voice and their augur. And if I didn't show you off, they'd hound me for months.
Oh, that's from... This is from before when we first met him and there were like spirits dancing in here.
What did you mean when you said I blaze like a fire?
How do you think you appear to the gods of the Fade? To those beyond the veil, your hand burns like the watchman's bonfire.
If the anchor were gone. That's terrifying. Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Are you saying every spirit in the Fade knows where I am?
Only those nearby, but thoughts spread quickly among the gods. They tell me strange things. That you mudded time's waters where the cliffs are red.
I remember that.
And returned again. What are these whispers clinging to you? Less and more than spirits. They sing old hurts.
You can hear the Well of Sorrows?
An echo's echo. I've seen the last whispers of aged elf song in the Fade. What you carry is... older.
Interesting. Okay.
I should be off.
Farewell.
I like the augur. And I like how matter-of-fact he is about things. What's this? Just get the ritual site. Okay, yeah, let's do that. So we're approaching the ritual site where her offering...
search the area.
Yeah, where her offering was spurned. That's an interesting term to use for that. Did they just really like her and maybe they wanted to stick with her? What the hell's going on? Something's weird here. Is it a Z-axis thing? Am I supposed to drop down to a lower area? Yeah, that's right.
This is the place the augur said that mage, Sigrid, tried and failed to release her spirit. It looks like the tools for her ritual are still here. A skinned bird and a bundle of incense.
Offerings for this mage's ritual. Why are they still here?
Because they weren't consumed.
Good question.
Oh, that's my party member. This is weird, right? Am I supposed to go up maybe now? Or is it this? Yeah, it's like a charred spot on the ground.
Scorch marks. Left by magic?
Residual magic. Someone was casting a spell and was interrupted or stopped.
Maybe Sigrid never completed this ritual.
So maybe someone was trying to sabotage her? Like someone made it so that her ritual, like, see, because this is the person, the scorch marks are behind the rock where she can't see. So it seems like someone was trying to sabotage her. Okay, here.
The grass is trampled down here. A fight?
I do not think so. There are tracks. It was likely a heart.
Probably not important then.
Okay. This is interesting. What's this?
A vial of lyrium.
If a mage was performing a ritual to part with a spirit, she may have needed to replenish her strength.
And why is the vial still full?
So maybe it wasn't sabotage. Maybe she just really didn't want to get rid of the spirit. Let's go ask her. So I don't... So there's a couple possibilities. It's possible she was just hungry for power and didn't want to let the spirit go, but I kind of doubt that's the case. Maybe she just lost faith in herself at the end and didn't think she could do whatever on her own. Because they said that the gods are like training wheels to them.
You returned.
The augur told me why you're here.
That Chatterjay. What business is it of his to tell that to a lowlander?
About the ritual you were performing, Sigrid.
I had to burn a proper offering, then let my guiding spirit free. I made the offering, the gods did not accept.
No. I found your offering intact.
I found a bird and incense by the altar. They weren't burnt at all.
I brought more than I needed. When I fled, I left everything.
Yeah, I'll bet.
You would have needed to take the lyrium at the start of the ritual, not the end.
And so?
The vial I found was full.
Do you accuse me, stranger?
Okay. I'll say this because it's one of my absolute pet peeves in real life. In like movies and stuff, when someone says "you tell me," like I don't know, something about it ruffles my jimmies. Anyway, let's try that. Let's be the worst person.
What I saw doesn't make sense. Like you never did the ritual at all.
So even a stranger senses my shame. I made no offering. I prepared. I began the spell to release the spirit here with me.
And?
I could not do it. I have no close companions in the hold, no kin. I cannot lose my only friend.
Yeah, that's rough. It's not what I was thinking. I was thinking it was like I didn't think I would be strong enough without the spirit, but it's not. It's more of a personal connection. I like that better.
You're friends with this spirit?
It has taught me with patience and kindness since I was a child. Frightened of the fire I could suddenly call down.
A great comfort. But you are no longer a child.
Some mages need the help of a god all their lives.
Very well. Perhaps, however, ask yourself if it is help you need, or companionship.
I do not want to lose the one who loves me.
So how does your teacher feel about this? Does he want to stay?
He would, if I asked. The gods that teach the spirit touched are kind. I think the augur knew. All this time he knew I never cast the ritual. It is not right to stay in pity. I will confess to him.
Or you could become my agent? No, I don't think that's best for her. I think that it'll be good for her to confront this.
It's for the best. Maybe the augur will help you release your spirit friend.
I do not need his help. I would ask for his advice. Farewell, Lowlander.
Yeah, I would not have felt right in just making her an agent. I think I made that mistake just before. Not that I tried to make the possessed guy an agent, but I didn't think what was best for him. Okay, so I'm just going to go run around and collect these shards real quick. Be back in a minute. I'm heading to pick up this last shard, but what interested me was that there was I don't know if it was a collection or a quest I just forgot about. Mysteries of Winter. The Mystery of Winter. What is this? I assumed that this was extra stuff. That this was like if I'd skipped that other zone, the Hissing Wastes, then this would let me complete that area. But this is something else? Journal. Mystery of Winter. An unnatural but strangely familiar cold emanates from a locked door within Frostback Basin. So this is something different. Okay, so that's something we're not at yet, but we'll get to sooner rather than later. That is neat and unexpected. Okay, let's head back to Ridgeline Camp here, check out this landmark, and then I'll want to finish off that Father's Name quest. There's a lift. That's super cool. I didn't notice that before. I don't care about it right now. I don't want to use it, but ooh, and there's there's a whole village up here I never really saw. Messages left at the outpost. This looks like a bundle of notes used by Inquisition soldiers to leave messages for each other. The most recent entries date from a few days before the Inquisition arrived in the valley. Is the lead scout back? I wanted her thoughts on which pass we should use to send for supplies. Quartermaster Pendleton. You'll have to wait. We're sending for some scholar from Morlaix. Harding is leading the party here so they can get settled and working before the Inquisitor arrives. Scout Charvis. Any word yet? She's in the main camp. Scout Harding is watching over her new charge. Professor Kenrick. Talky, but he seems a nice sort. It's correct on both counts. Apparently he had an adventure getting to the basin, though. Don't tease, Charvis. What happened? Apparently Harding had to save the professor and his assistant from a small spot of trouble with some bandits, and from being chased down by a hungry wyvern and from falling off a ledge while reading a book. You made that last one up. Spoke with Harding. I take it back. Harding is the best, and I like that little. That's a nice little bit of flavor. A Meriden and the Mage. Who is this? This is going to be a love poem? Soft, fade-touched light in dreamlit tones falls dark. Each form a memory recalled through parted lips that try to speak falls silent. Before light marks the dawn, from sleeping fingers she slips into the day, where averted eyes bend to any but the other. Oath sworn to lion's call, yet here the two are broken. As waxing sickle stands witness to the end of love's denial and secrets born, from parted lips the words at left are spoken. From A Meriden and the Mage, author unknown. This overtly romantic portrait of illicit meetings between a mage and her lover was written sometime in the Divine Age. Though likely penned after Meriden's disappearance, the work was said to be inspired by tales and rumors of the former Inquisitor's Lady Mage. By the Second Age, Chantry scholars had largely concluded that the piece did not refer to a Meriden at all, but to another man altogether. Note they were wrong. These scholars claim the poem's title was a later... Oh, maybe it actually was. Poem's title was a later edition meant to discredit the last Inquisitor's reputation. The poem was later deemed problematic and relegated to a list of banned works. From an examination of banned text, author undisclosed. Yep, no, it turns out they were right. They were right. That's...
Sarah, if you eschew all things elven, why not a crossbow? They require less training.
Ugh, too winchy.
Ah, yes. Winchiness. A point I had not considered.
You got to consider the winchiness of crossbows. I don't know what it means, but I absolutely believe it. They crossbow sound winchy. So there should be a... Yeah, it looks like it's just around the corner here. Arboreal Fort. A report from Agent Charter, received by the Inquisition's advisors and carrying their notes to each other on the matter. Sheer cliffs and steep drops present obstacles to speedy travel within the basin. As a temporary measure, rope ladders are being constructed and placed at strategic points chosen by Scout Harding. Continued presence in the area will require a permanent solution. Please advise. Charts and topographical information provided for your perusal. Charter. A series of comments follow. Flatten the area. L. Who's L? Of course, the commander suggests hitting the hills until they forget their health. Yeah, that's his solution to a lot of stuff. Oh, of course, L is Liliana. We could look into getting the soldiers to cut steps into the cliffs or construct structures with some form of verticality. Scaffolding, perhaps? Josephine. I was joking. Meanwhile, have you threatened to cut out anyone's tongue today, Colin? Thinking about it right now, I love this banter. The roofer Baranol was just watching Return of the Jedi and had an idea about drawing up plans for additions to Skyhold. Covered platforms connected with spiral staircases and suspended catwalks. We could apply this idea to Frostback Basin. I wasn't there. Wasn't Baranol drunk? Colin. He didn't draw up the plans while drunk, I'm sure. We could have an engineer or Dagna look over them to see if they're structurally sound. Josephine. Engineer, yes. Dagna, no. We don't need our outposts to be half in, half out of the fade. Or to be able to sing the Chant of Light, or whatever it is she's working on right now. Yeah, she's got some weird projects, and that's why we love her. Okay, so... Is there a lift over here? Because you're right, this is like very... I don't know, I want a flying mount for this area a little bit. So we got to the eastern riverbank. Let's see if we can get to a father's name here for this last fade-touched creature. This looks like is this going to be a gentle slope down? Yeah, it's kind of a gentle slope. So what's the last fade-touched creature? It could be anything, but oh, yeah, that looks like it. A big-ass spider. Awesome. If this is a giant spider, that I don't know what adjective you used for this. Fade touch. Oh man, its butt looks like a piece of garlic. It's probably grosser than I needed this. I don't know why I said that. I'm gonna have trouble eating garlic in the near future. Oh, damn it. Why did you... This is the problem with having Solus in the party. He just charms whatever creature he's fighting against with his necromancy stuff. Now the fade-touched creature is, like, off on its own, off doing, like, work for us. But I don't want it to do work for us. I just want to kill it. Wait, seriously? Wasn't it... Where did it go? Oh. Hey, don't web me. Rude.
This should be enough for the offering.
So give it to the hold and make Finn's life shit. Or give it to Finn. We help him. Not ask him. Do it.
Kind though that may be, it bends the laws of their tradition. It's something to consider.
Oh god, so we have to... This feels bad again. Why is the game giving me choices that make me feel like shit? I guess because it's a BioWare game. That's what it does. Ah. Alright, you know what? Let's put off the decision for a little bit at least and do this Mystery of Winter quest. I'm actually leaning towards not giving it to Finn, because I feel like he's going to be looked at as incredibly dishonest if we give it to him and he goes through with it and is like, oh, look what I found. I found the strength to go get it. Like, I don't think it's going to work out for him in the long run, or even the medium run. I think people are going to know that he got help from us. Yeah, let's check out this Door of Winter, though. Mystery of Winter. Explore the chamber. Yeah, so this is just like the Forbidden Oasis, just like the Solacean Temple. Probably going to give us ice resistance or something. Accuser's Staff, interesting. And a Master Frost Rune. Yep, and cold resistance. I have to imagine that the final boss here, the Hakkon incarnation, will be a giant dragon that spits frost breath or something. Let's check out this weapon. Alright, so it doesn't hold a candle to the deadly imbued scepter. But what does it hold a candle? What is it like? Andrastian mages once used staves like this one to exact justice against Maleficarum. None have been made since the Tower's Age. What is that? Is that Andraste? It's quite a shapely Andraste that you got at the tip of your staff. And boy, that sounds like a euphemism. Yeah, is that an Andraste on your staff, or are you just happy to see me? Let's go to... We could keep progressing here. Oh, you know what? I will. I will progress to this next camp, and then I will head back to Frostbear Hold, to Stonebear Hold, to give that. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I'm just going to give it to the Huntmaster. I know that Sarah's pissed, but you know what? We're not in a relationship anymore. This is one of the upsides, I guess, is that I have, I mean, no, I still feel bad about upsetting you. I'm trying to front on that, but I still feel bad about upsetting Sarah. But I honestly believe it's the right thing. What the fuck? A celebration of wardens. Outside times of blight, Grey Wardens investigate rumors of Darkspawn. Sir Kirsten of the Free Marches mounted an expedition to the Frostback Basin to look into one such sighting. She and her fellow wardens allied themselves with an Avar hold besieged by Darkspawn after an earthquake in the mountains tore open a new passage to the surface. After 10 days of fighting, the wardens and the Avar drove the Darkspawn back and sealed the entrance against further incursions. In celebration of her bravery, the Avar deployed a feast for Sir Kirsten and her Grey Wardens, so legendarily boisterous that there are still paintings and statues dedicated to their alliance littered around the basin. Oh, that's lovely. From Journeys of the Wardens, A Comprehensive History by Lady Locke. So are those supposed to be hold beasts, maybe? Hold beasts like taking on a Darkspawn, like a corrupted beast? I'm not sure. Yeah, so we've set up a whole little camp here. Anything else worth noting in the area? Read. A good marriage. In her hold past our own, a man named Vermick Torsen was wed to a woman named Cedra Yildsdotten. They were young and in love, and made large offerings to the gods asking for happiness. The night before their wedding, Cedra had a dream. The Lady of the Skies came to her and told her to tie her rope knots so tightly that she and Torsen would only wed a year. Tie her rope knots so tightly that she and Torsen would only wed a year. I don't know what that means. I get the wed a year, but I don't know what tying your rope knots so tightly that means. She awoke troubled, but did as the lady asked. Vermick untied only one knot, and they married a year. The year was hard. Their bows missed game, and the winter were howled through their huts. Vermick and Cedra grew thinner. When the marriage was up, they made large offerings to the gods, this time asking for mercy. The night before the wedding, the Lady of the Skies came to Vermick in the dream and told him to untie a single knot. So he and Cedra would only wed a year. Vermic awoke sorrowing, but did as the lady asked. He and Cedra married again for a year. The year was long. Is this to test, maybe, to see that they'll still want to marry? The year was long. The weather was foul and the crops were poor. Vermic and Cedra grew thinner still. When their marriage time was up, Cedra and Vermic both had a dream from the Lady of the Skies. You asked for happiness, she said, but I cannot give that to you. You asked for mercy, but the lamp will not show it. Think carefully what you ask for tomorrow. Cedra and Vermic spoke long into the night, and in the morning made an offering to the gods. They asked for strength to hunt when life was good, and patience when life was not. The year was good in some places and hard in others, but they grew to know themselves and what they could bear. They became happy not from the gift of their gods, but from their own deeds, and lived the rest of their lives as one. Stories of the Wild. I really like that. I really like that. They're asking, it basically, grant me something to control the things I can, and the serenity. God, I don't remember that AA poem or prayer. But yeah, it's basically not asking for luck to be a certain way, but for them to have the strength within themselves to deal with what comes. From Stories of the Wild South, a collection of tales of the barbarian nations of Ferelden by Lady Susanna Ashwell of Ansburg. There are notes in the bottom margin of this page in different handwriting. How's a rope tell you how long you marry? Yeah, that's what I asked. An Avar groom unties knots on a rope that the bride ties for him. He's got until the end of the wedding chant. Number of knots he unties is the number of years they're married. It doesn't make any sense. Sounds like a good deal to me. See, if you like living with your handsome new husband or wife once the bloom's worn off. See if you... Okay, maybe you only untie one knot or tie them tight, like in the story, if you're not sure. I think it's daft. I think you're too nitwit should stop scribbling in the book I've got to return to the library. Yeah, don't write books for the library. I like that. Now, I speak to this with very, very limited personal experience. With no personal experience. Excuse me. I've not been married. But I remember reading, and I don't remember what this is from. It was some law that a German politician proposed once. It didn't pass, but I liked it anyway. That made marriages automatically dissolve after 7 years unless both parties renewed them. And I really like that. I like the idea of minimizing the barriers to staying in a relationship, of minimizing the barriers to staying in a relationship, and making it require active and enthusiastic to consent to continue. Anything else here? Potions, requisitions, okay, yeah, not really. So I think I'm good for now for here. Let's go travel back to Stone Bear Hold. Yeah, so here we are. I feel torn on what to do here. Do I give this to the Huntmaster or to Finn? And I think because I don't... I mean, the Huntmaster's been with Finn this whole time. He'll know... He'll know that Finn didn't come by the offering honestly. There's an argument to be made that...
Wind seems colder than it should.
That you can... Like, within this culture, you can skirt the bounds of the law as long as you stay within the spirit. But the spirit of the law, like, Finn would not be happy with this if I give it to... Finn just wants his father back, and I think he'll be ashamed if I give it to him. I think that both the father and the son would be ashamed if I skirt that. I know a wind seems colder than it should. I'm sorry, I'm giving this to the Master of the Hunt.
I have the offering for Colden Enverson.
I'll see it properly prepared and sent to Gida. She'll be making the final preparations soon, I imagine.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Sorry, Sarah. I know you're disappointed.
The offering will be prepared for burial. My father... No, I'm only Finn. Still, I rest easy knowing Colden's soul will journey well. Thank you, Inquisitor.
I'll let you rest.
Lady keep you.
Yeah, it felt... I don't know, it feels like it would have been weirdly presumptuous, if that makes sense. Like, to try to give it to Finn and, like, encourage him to skirt their laws. I was not comfortable with that. So, yeah, let's talk to Burial Lady. Return to the woman preparing bodies. Alright, Morticia, what do you got?
I understand our huntmaster prepares Colden Enverson's offering as we speak. This gift is beyond worth. You have my thanks, Inquisitor. I must complete the preparations.
I should be off.
Okay.
Lady keep you.
And so does that complete the Inquisitor's Path, Frostback Basin, Gets of the Hold, yeah. So do I have to turn this into someone now? You have anything else to say, Svara?
Have you found a way through that wall of ice around the Hakkonites' old fortress?
You said that the Jaws of Hakkon first tried binding their god in mortal form hundreds of years ago.
What of it?
In our search for Inquisitor Emeridin, we learned that he came here to fight a great dragon 800 years ago. A dragon that came from the mountains, with Avar warriors to attack the lowlands.
Your last Inquisitor must have fought well to stop Hakkon himself.
Does this happen often?
Do the Avar gods take mortal form on a regular basis?
No, the gods belong in the land of dreams. Whether it is their wish or some augurs that brings them here, battle tears will be shed. The skulls say the Lady of the Skies took mortal form when Tyrda Brightaxe first led the Avar to the mountains. They say many things about Brightaxe and the Lady.
You're not bothered by the idea that our Inquisitor killed
No.
your god?
She shoots you as a favor.
That would have been easier. Whatever fight your Inquisitor finished, the Jaws of Hakkon started. I find no fault with a warrior defending his people.
I'll speak with you later.
Walk with the Lady's blessing.
So, is this really... What's the purpose of this, then? Though guest status has been granted, it will take some effort for Stonebear Hold to view the Inquisition as a trusted friend. Approval, 5 out of 5. I don't know. Maybe that's something that comes later. Yeah, so I'm going to call it for here. Next time, we will continue just doing some of these quests in the Northwest, especially. What's this? On Emeridin's Trail, but I'm going to first backtrack here to clear out the Hakkonite camps to see what this next camp is. Is that the last camp? Yeah, that's the last camp. And maybe even meet Colette at the Deventer Ruins, but we tried that last time. We couldn't get into it, but maybe we'll have better luck accessing it from this side. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you all later. Bye-bye.